Okay, so to construct an easy fitting sleeve block, you actually work on top of your easy fitting bodice block construction. So to start off and find point 1 on your sleeve construction, you mark through from point 18 on your bodice construction, and then you rename that point 1 on your sleeve construction. And then from point 1 you square up 16 centimeters and mark in point 2, and then point 3 is halfway between point 1 and point 2, so that would be 8 centimeters. You mark in point 3 and square across, and then you've also squared across from point 2. Alright, and then point number 4 is where your line from 3 intersects your back armhole, which you can see through from your bodice construction. So you just mark that in there as point 4. Okay, then point 5 is halfway between point 3 and point 1. So that is the full measurement there is 8, so you mark in at point 4. That's 5. And then where that line intersects with the front armhole from your bodice block, you call that point 5A. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that you can see all of that. Alright, okay, so point A. So to get you also then mark in point 7, which is your, let me just check my notes, sorry. So point 7 is from 5 to 7. Let's measure the curve. Plus 1 from 5A to 6. 5A to 6. So 6 is your shoulder, your front shoulder point, which is on your, which again you can see through. So to get point 7, so in other words, to get the top of the sleeve head, you're going to measure the armhole of your front armhole block. So that's 5A, so that's 15.3. So from point 5, and then you add a centimetre for ease, so it'll be 16.3. Yeah. So from point 5 to where it intersects line here, you mark in 16.3. So that is 16.3, and that's 0.7. Okay, then to do the same for the back, you measure from point 8, which is the back shoulder point position, which again you can see through from your bodice, and you measure from there to point 4, and that is 12.3. Okay, so 12.3 plus a centimetre for ease will be 13.3. So from 7 you join up, and just move that so you can see what I'm doing. So from point 7 to where it intersects that line there, past point 4, you measure out 13.3. And you draw your line. Okay, and then to get the so I'm just making sure that I'm lined up with my bodice underneath. Then to mark in my underarm position, you simply trace that through from the underarm position on your actual bodice block, so that's number 10. Then to get the rest of the front armhole over here, again you measure your armhole from your actual bodice chart, bodice construction underneath, so that is 9.3. so you actually want to take 3 centimeters off that because you want a little tiny bit of tightness there, so that will be 9 centimeters. So you draw a line from here to where it intersects the bust line, that's going to be point 11, and that's 9 centimeters. Okay, And then you do the same on the back armhole. You measure the armhole through from underneath on your bodice construction. So that is measuring up at 12.7. So that means we want it to be 12.4. So again, continue out your bust line. And measure 12.4. So it's from 0.9 here to where it intersects this line is where you mark in your 12.4. Okay, and then the last thing we have to do is actually create the curve of the sleeve head. So halfway along, so that there's 0.12, so halfway along between 9 and 12, which is about 6, you mark down 0.75. And then halfway along between 7 and 9, which is about 6.5, you mark out 1 centimetre. So you go out 1 centimetre, but on here, which is the underarm section, you go that way 0.75. Okay, so that's the difference. Then on the front sleeve head, again, halfway along between 5 and 7, you measure out 2 centimetres, and halfway along between 5 and 11 you measure in, so halfway along there is 4.65 roughly, and you measure down 0.75, oh no, you measure down 1 centimetre. Okay, and then you can draw in your actual shape of the sleeve head. And there you have it. And then from your bust line here, which is your underarm line, draw a line perpendicular up to 0.7 and then draw all the way down. And your full sleeve length is usually about 60 centimetres. So measure from 7 all the way down, and that's 60 centimetres. Square across the end of your sleeve. From here, measure out to number 12, and that is 20, so measure down on the end of your sleeve 20 and join the two of those up. And then the same on the other side, that is 18.5, and you measure down 18.5. So it was 18.5 from here out to 0.11, so that's what I've measured, the same on my cuff, and then I'm just joining those up. Okay, and then you can just taper in the sleeve a little bit or whatever you want. I'm just going to leave mine at that. Okay, so I'm just going to go over my sleeve head in another coloured pen just to make it a little bit clearer for you to see on the construction, because there's a lot of lines going on there. Okay, so just to kind of make it a little bit easier for you to see. So that's it there. Okay, that is your sleeve head. That's what you trace off. So this section here is the front, and this section here is the back. Okay.